What the fuck?
Jay, bend over.
Me.
Oh, jeez.
I love you.
Good evening, chocolatiers. Welcome to Oktoberfest 2025. Jason's not in the shot. Let's get that. We're finally covering it today. Vicious, the new Paramount Plus horror film starring Dakota Fanning. After her quiet comeback a few years back, she is back again. Another slow burn, horror-filled, tension, psychological dread, with an old woman movie, okay? But Vicious lives up to its name? Well, actually, does it live up to its name? Or is it just another throwaway streaming movie? So, with that, this is Oktoberfest, baby. You guys know what's up with that, so like, subscribe for more before we get into this movie. And tonight, like I said, we're talking about Dakota Fanning's new film. So she kind of made her comeback a few years ago with M. Night Shyamalan's produced Daughters film. I can't remember what that was called. I'm blanking. Which, I'll be honest, it was fine. It was fine for what it was. It's not great. It's not terrible. But for a comeback project, it really didn't scream, I'm back, I just wanted more from that. But I feel like lately she's getting more comfortable in horror, and I'm actually appreciating that because in this movie, one of the highlights is her performance. So Vicious follows Dakota Fanning as Polly, a woman who's clearly going through it. She's got a job interview the next day. She's drinking, smoking, not necessarily doing her dishes. Her whole life's kind of messy. The way they show it in their setup. So she's living in an old family house, and one night an older woman shows up at her door, played by name's Catherine something, the woman from Front Room, that old woman, creepiest freak, okay? And that woman, she's got that creepy down to a science. So at first, the old lady's acting is kind of confused. She's kind of lost, maybe Alzheimer-ish, right? But things start getting weird because she's fucking with her. She's not lost. She is there for Polly. She tells her she's going to die and gives her a box. And all hell starts breaking loose because that's when the first 10 minutes pretty much just end in pure happiness, joy. You're finding out what's going on with her family. No, cut to pure anxiety. The best way to describe Vicious is it's like a dreamlike dread, kind of like the Silent Hill games. Very unnerving energy, fog, silent streets with no people, snowy desolation. There's actually a lot of shots like that. There are these moments where Polly's walking down an empty street yelling for help, and you see nobody there. It's very eerie. Inside her house, things don't make sense. Doors lock themselves, lights flicker, the boxes keep coming back. If she'll throw it somewhere, it just appears in front of her. And the rules of the world feel slightly off, which kind of makes everything feel much more unsettling. So this box that she's given is basically 3 rules. She needs to give it something that she needs, something that she hates, and something that she wants. And without spoiling specifics, let's just say that these offerings get pretty freaking nasty. They get vicious, okay? We're talking fingers, blood, some mysterious twisted choices that I won't get into. And Dakota Fanning carries these choices on her back. She makes this whole movie, which she should, because there's hardly any really side characters. There are barely any side characters, I guess I should say, and it's mostly just her dealing with the box, her house, and her paranoia. And with that, she nails those isolated, mentally fracturing vibes down. The older lady steals every scene that she's in, because she is in the movie a little bit more than I thought. She's the definition of creepy without doing much. If you've seen her, like I said, in the Front Room at Brandy last year or year before, her presence alone is terrifying. The atmosphere itself is probably the best part. The director choices like long static shots, sound design that hums in your ear, and that snowy cold tone all make it feel like a bad dream. Now, where Vicious kind of falls apart is that the movie does lean too heavily on jump scares, and they're kind of cheap, and that's the reason why I don't like them. There are maybe like 2 that actually kind of work where something subtle moves in the background or something's standing behind her and we see it, but she doesn't. I feel like that is where that stuff works because it's, giving the audience that, oh shit, and that makes it scarier. But a lot of it is just like a loud noise, dark room, fake out scares. It feels like it's begging for a reaction instead of really earning one. And the other issue I had is that it doesn't really explain much. You get a half-hearted exposition dump towards the end, but it still leaves you with more questions than answers. And you don't really know where the box came from, who that woman truly is. Well, I guess you kind of do learn that. But still, it basically is very weird stuff that just happens because weird stuff happens. And while that can work in the psychological horror, here it just kind of feels underwritten. But that's why I said I kind of like it, because it's kind of like that Silent Hill thing where it's like, if you're not reading the side stuff and you're just playing the game straight up, you don't know why this exists, And so without spoiling specifics, the ending does hit pretty strong in the creep factor area. It's haunting and sticks with you visually, but narratively it's still kind of vague. You'll finish it going, but why? At the end of the day, Vicious is decent. It's not amazing. It's not probably going to stay with you that long, but it's not awful. It's just fine. It's a solid one-time watch if you're in the mood for a slow burn horror with eerie visuals and some solid acting, I believe, with Dakota. If it were a theatrical release, I'd probably be a lot harsher on it, but for a Paramount Plus exclusive, I guess I should say the first movie exclusive I've seen from them, it's better than what Amazon's been putting out. Okay, so I'm going to compare it to that. So with that, my rating for this film is a 6.5 out of 10. I think it's got the creepy atmosphere, good performances, decent tension, but it's dragged down by those cheap scares and a lot of thin storytelling. But with that, that is my review of Vicious for Oktoberfest today. Let me know what you guys thought down below. Did you find it scary, or did you even leave wanting more, or think that you got enough? And be sure to tune in tomorrow, because for Oktoberfest, we are headed back to where it all began with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise with the original. You do not want to miss it. Stay spooky, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.